Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a quick video. I watched a video over on the Creative Cove. That's Michele Sharpe over there. Amazing content that she puts out. I watched this brilliant, super easy project that she did, so I'm going to try to do it. So I did decide that I'm going to do two different sheets with two different color schemes. So let me talk to you a minute about what she did. We're going to be using some Distress Oxides. I'm going to be using my black archival ink for some stamping. I've got some titanium white acrylic paint, which will make sense in a second. I've got a few stamps from my stash. And what she did is she actually did some what she called mass ephemera on sticker sheets. I thought I had the label sheets, like the labels like she did, that were about, I don't know, maybe 1 inch by 2.5 inches or whatever, I'm not sure. I don't have those. I only have the full sheets, but I thought it will work just the same to use the full sheets. The only difference is she had kind of the boundaries of each of those sticker labels to kind of, I mean, I don't know if she was really thinking about that or not when she was stamping, but no difference. It won't matter. But I figured what we could do is do this up, and then when I use it, when I do my clusters and layering, my layering bits that I do often, I would just tear off a piece of it and make the rough edge, and it's going to be absolutely stunning. So it is right up my alley. So I'm going to do two. I'm going to set this page aside for now. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start out with, where's my acetate? I have a piece of acetate. Where did it go? Where'd my acetate go? It's clear, you know. Can you see it on the desk? No. What happened to it? Oh my goodness. That is too funny. I can't find the acetate. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pause, guys, while I find that piece of acetate. Just a moment. That was so strange. I never found it. I have a packet of acetate, so I just pulled it out of there. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do an ink smushing technique using the Distress Oxide inks and this acetate. So I'm going to try to make some room here so that we can do this kind of in camera here. That should be pretty good. And so I'm just going to smush some ink on here. I'm going to start off with the vintage photo. And oh, I guess I need my spray bottle. We're going to need a little bit of liquid here. Goodness gracious. There we go. It is Easter Sunday. It's a beautiful day outside, but to me that doesn't really matter. I love to be in the studio, and I've been kind of resting and feeling a little bit undone here and tired and fatigued from physical therapy and stuff like that, that I decided to go ahead and do this. I was wondering though if this should have a layer of gesso. I guess it's a porous surface. It should work fine. So I'm just going to spray this. And we're going to turn this over on the sticker label. This is tricky. I don't think my acetate is as thick as hers was, so let me just see if I can do this. You know what? Maybe I will dip the paper into it as well, because my acetate is not very movable. So I'm just going to kind of do this, see what happens, like so. Well, that's really not doing what I wanted it to do. Hers showed up a lot more than this, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So, goodness gracious, that's a mess. I don't like that acetate. I'm going to set this aside. I won't throw it away, but I do need to get it out of my way here. Make a mess somewhere else on my desk. Let me grab a baby wipe here. I don't know if maybe she put it more directly on. I'm not sure. I watched it a couple of times, but clearly I missed something. So I think I'm just going to see if I can use my surface here to do the same thing here and get a little bit more concentrated color. Whoa, maybe I just had too much water. I'm not sure. I got this plastic mat. It's like the bendable plastic, but I'm loving it for the surface here to create on. So let's try that. I do definitely want some more. I'm probably complicating this. Well, that's working better though. Yes, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let this dry here in a second. And we're gonna pull the other one over so we can kind of be doing double duty here. So I'm just gonna set that aside. And I probably will go in with one of the other colors that I selected. I'm going to wipe that up because it doesn't really go down with the stamp pad if that is all sopping wet, at least in my experience. This time we're going to go in with, we're going to do the vintage photo again. Maybe a little less water here. Maybe that was the key. Way off, aren't I? Goodness gracious. Anyway, I hope that you'll hop on over and check out Michele. She's got some amazing content. I just have such a hard time keeping up with all the beauty and all the creators out there. I just when I think I'm caught up and I'm kind of paying attention where I want to pay attention, I miss somebody like Michele. I might have watched her videos before, but I've missed some for sure. I'm going to just do that one more time here. She left a lot of white space on hers, which is totally fine too. I don't tend to really like white space. And as she mentioned, you could do this with any color combination that you want. So I'm just going to wipe that up, and we're going to give this a second to dry. In fact, I think I'm going to zap it really quick, both of these with the heat tool, and I will be right back. Okay. So that seems to be good. So now I want to go in with another color really quick here. So I'm just going to move that other one out of the way. And I want to go in with the fossilized amber. This is one of my favorite distress colors. So I'm just going to put that out here on my table as well. And I don't know that it's going to do much because against this color, but you know, we're going to find out. It's very yellowy, so it probably is going to be a great compliment here. So I'm just going to do that again. Sorry, this is off camera a little bit. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That is wonderful. Oh, this is such a great project. Yay. Okay, let's get that one out of the way. This one I'm going to come in with green. I'm going to use peeled paint, so I'm going to try to get this in screen here a little bit better. Not doing a great job of that today. Goodness. There we go. A little bit of water. It's not as green as I hoped, but let's see what it does on the label here. Oh, that's gorgeous. Really earthy. I like that earthy look that we're getting here. And a little bit more up there. There we go. So let me just zap these really quick as well, and I will be right back with you. Okay, I may end up doing a couple more here. This is going pretty sweet and fast. I'm just gonna dab that up a little bit just to get any liquid sitting on the surface of those two labels. And there we go. So the next thing that she did is she took some white acrylic paint. So I'm going to do the same, and we're just going to kind of rub it in, spread it out. And this creates a great texture also on the surface, on the ephemera. I find it a little bit different because I don't have those lines that her label, you know, the individual labels were creating, but I think it's going to be okay. You could also do this with gesso, which would be my go-to. We might go over this with another layer of Distress Oxide because I really want that to I don't want this white to be too bold either. Or maybe we'll come in with some other acrylic paint. Oh, that's so pretty. So easy too. Love easy projects. But you're like, oh, I just want ephemera in these colors, and then you just whip out some labels, your distress oxides, and you are good to go. Let's see, I think I want a little bit more over here just to accentuate that already existing white. I would have almost preferred to do this with gesso, because gesso creates its own surface and texture and tooth, but I like that. We're probably going to go over this with something else as well. Let me just wipe this up really quick. That's pretty wet or messy. Oh, this matte wipes up beautifully. I'm gonna love this, because my problem was I was using a craft, like a measuring mat, you know what I mean. It has the measurements on it, and I kept wiping off what's underneath it. I kept wiping off the numbers because I use alcohol when I clean. I hope that comes off. It's weird. Okay, let's do this as well. This one I think I'm gonna try some gesso and see what the difference is. Okay, 1 second. We can do this easy peasy. Okay. I find that gesso also seems to move a little bit easier. It's creamier. I was also using a pretty fancy acrylic white titanium paint. I overthink things. She didn't think this much about hers, and they were just gorgeous. I always overthink things. Not always, but most of the time. This is so lovely though. Love this. Okay, let's go ahead and dry this really quick. I will be right back. Okay, so I have the Costco paper towels, and they have this great design on them. So I'm going to go ahead and dab this. It's probably not completely dry, but I was just drying it. I thought, I'm drying on sticker paper. That might affect the adhesive. I'm not too concerned about it, but just in case you were wondering why I was doing that and what the ramifications might be, it could create a problem. This is creating some beautiful texture, which I love. You know me, I love texture. So I'm just gonna pull that up a little bit and then see what we've got here. Let me just show you a close-up. This is fantastic. Look at this. Look at that texture. Surprise! Paper towel texture. Yay! I love it. Okay. So, it's still kind of wet, so I think we need to leave this to dry for a few minutes, so I will be back momentarily. Okay, I think these are dry enough to move on, so I'm going to move one of them out of the way so I can do one at a time. So now we're going to apply some stamping. So what I have is my black archival ink, as I mentioned before, and I've got some stamps. So let's go ahead and start with some script. This is just I'll be sure to link this stamp. This is, I think it's Vintage Ledger is what it's called. So I'm just going to get some on get some ink on here. Goodness gracious. And I'm just gonna, I don't want it to be everywhere. Just get some stamping down. It's really pale. It's interesting. try this corner. I like that. Like that a lot. Okay. So I've got a couple of other things. I've got some postage here, and I've got some, I really like numbers in my work, so I'm going to use this, this little numbers. I think this is, I don't know if this is Tim Holtz or Ranger. It might be. I'll have to look it up. I'll see if I can do that for you. So I'm just going to get some numbers here. Oh, that's lovely. Whoops. Gotta get ink on that, Renee. Goodness. Ooh, that's lovely. Ooh, this is fun. Fun, fun, fun. Let's see, more? More. I might have to reach in and see if I've got something else. This is pretty cool. A little bit of second generation stamping here to make some lighter bits. I like that. I do need some here in the middle though. Okay, wow, cool. So now we've got the stamp. So let's see what little area. I like this one, is my favorite. So it's so little, it's hard to pick up. You know what, I'm going to get a stamp block. Usually I don't use a stamp block when I'm using a stamp this way, but it's kind of hard to get a hold of. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, maybe. Goodness. Okay, so which way does it go? I struggled with this before. Which way? Oh, this way. So we're just going to apply a little bit of a postage dealio here. Why am I not getting anything in the center? Isn't that strange? Is that not making contact? Very, very odd. Huh. Pardon my head there. I think I've got air between the stamp platform here and the stamp. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more. That is so weird. Happened again. It's kind of cool though. Kind of hit and miss kind of thing. Let's get a little bit over here. And then we're gonna call this one good. That is it. So when you go to use it, I could just tear a piece of it off. And I might splatter this with some, in fact, I think I'll do that while I've got you on camera, with some Distress Spray stain, because I really like that look, the splattered look. So I'm going to get a little bit out here on my mat. Oh goodness. Let me see if I can spray it. See if we can get some splatters on there. Let me grab a little brush. Not that little. Not that big. I wasn't prepared, sorry guys. And I don't have any water. Oh, there's water. I think I like this because it's going to give kind of a darker tone to the, it's vintage photo as well, but it's a little bit darker than the Distress Oxide. And it's kind of gives that watery look. Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree. I love it. Thank you, Michelle. I'm going to set that one aside so we can work on this one. I'm going to just wipe this up really quick. I don't like to put my arm in that stuff. Hoping that ink comes off. Goodness, that would be terrible. I got to try it now. Yeah, it does. A little rough though. Okay. So let's see what we want to do here. Perhaps we want to get some different some different stamps this time. So I'm going to reach into my little bin here. I've got, this is one of my favorite stamps. I cannot find it. If I recall the last time I used it and I tried to link it, I couldn't find it. So I don't know who the maker is. I can't locate it. So I'm just going to stamp again here and there. It's one of my favorites though. I could actually stamp a little bit bigger area because it's going to all be broken up and cut. So I think I'll just do that and kind of go here in the middle and just give a press generally. Yeah, as you can see, it's all very, very different. It's a little bit more here. Whoops, something's not dry. I just adore this. Wow. Okay, that's good with that stamp. Let's see what else we've got. It'd be nice to do, what she did is she did a little bit of a little birdie and stuff, I think. I don't have any of those right here though, which is the challenge, and I don't want to go over and get any stamps. So we're going to work with what we have. Just looking in my little bucket here. These are the stamps that I grab for the most. Kind of background kind of stamps. So it's all right. There is a feather. That would be kind of cool. Shall we do a feather? Why not? Get the stamp pad out, the stamp platform here. Actually, on this one I am going to do it with my fingers because I don't want it to be very, I want it to be random. Sure loving this. Super fast process too. This is not taking us very long at all. Okay, do we need something else? Do we want any more of the these postage stamp dealios? I think so. Let's do the circle one. Or we could do some numbers. I also like, or an alphabet, excuse me. I also like the alphabet on my stuff, so let's do that as well. I'm just going to ink the whole thing up, and I'll just kind of hold up parts of it so that I can control kind of where it goes a little bit. Gives a little bit of a bolder pop to the area, which is kind of nice. Michele, you are amazing. Don't you love that we get to share inspiration, that, you know, it's not hoarded, it's shared and celebrated? I think is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Okay. What do you think, guys? This is so cool. I can't stop. Okay, but I'm going to stop. So this is our second one. I don't think I'm going to splash this one. I'm going to leave it. I might do this again, maybe even off camera, and do some other mixed media kinds of things. In fact, I might gesso this first to create a better surface for other mixed media, because I don't know how tolerant this sticker paper would be, but it worked great for what we're doing here. So let me bring the other one over so you can see them again side by side. Check it out. Isn't that amazing? So again, check out Michele Sharpe's channel. I will be sure to link her in the video description. That's where I saw this, so I want to give her full credit for that. So thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye-bye.